Every year, billions of dollars go toward premium kibble, interactive toys, and specialized veterinary care. Yet, despite this massive investment of affection, many domestic cats spend their lives in a state of quiet stress, retreating from the very people trying to care for them. This evolutionary diagram illustrates the divide. Dogs descend from cooperative, hierarchical wolf packs. Cats emerge from solitary hunters. This feline branch lacks social hierarchy entirely. The concepts of alpha and follower are biologically absent. They cooperate for food, but never evolve to obey. When we treat cats like small dogs, we inadvertently violate their natural boundaries, often eroding the very trust we are trying to build. Correcting this requires us to examine 3 specific categories of boundary violations that occur in almost every household. This gap between our canine-based expectations and their feline reality defines the central challenge of modern cat ownership. Physical violations often begin with the diet. The image of a cat lapping up a bowl of milk is a staple of our culture, yet it ignores a painful biological reality. This graph tracks the production of lactase, the enzyme required to digest dairy. As a cat matures, that production plummets. Feeding an adult cat milk triggers severe digestive pain and chronic stress, turning a supposed treat into a physical burden. We also disrupt their external senses. Putting a cat in a sweater or costume makes for a popular photo, but creates a sensory blackout. Cats navigate using this entire sensory grid. This visualization shows the nodes located along the whiskers, spine, and skin. Clothing disrupts this feedback loop, leaving the cat in a state of constant, low-level disorientation. The most severe physical violation is decline. It is important to define this correctly. It is the surgical amputation of the last bone in each of the cat's toes. Projecting human aesthetics or dietary myths onto a feline body forces the animal to endure physiological trauma in the name of companionship. Psychological boundaries are violated just as frequently through forced affection. Most owners have experienced a cat squirming to get away, only to pick it back up. Repeatedly ignoring a cat's signal to be left alone teaches the animal that its communication is useless, forcing it to escalate to biting or scratching to be heard. You see this often in viral videos. This cat has its ears pinned back and a tense posture, signaling clear distress. In these moments, human entertainment is being prioritized over the animal's choice. When stress leads to unwanted behaviors, owners often attempt discipline through yelling or water spray bottles. This diagram compares our intent with the cat's perception. We think we are punishing the scratching, but the cat lacks the social hardware to link the spray to its own past action. Instead, the cat links the pain to the human, learning only to avoid the person administering it. Overriding a cat's autonomy and using physical deterrence transforms you into a source of unpredictable threat. Even when our intentions are good, the macro environment of our homes often creates a state of perpetual anxiety, starting with the litter box. Cats are small apex predators that remain highly vulnerable while eliminating. Placing a box in a high-traffic area or a noisy room forces the cat to choose between its instincts and its training. Consider how cats perceive territory. Humans live on the floor, but cats map the room in 3 dimensions. This map shows the vertical escapes cats require to feel secure. Without access to high perches, a standard room becomes a high-stressed environment with no way to survey the territory. Because cats are masters at hiding this stress, many owners miss the early signs of kidney disease or dental pain, assuming their cat is simply being aloof. Eliminating outside the box or retreating into total isolation is a logical response to a territory that feels unsafe. This leads to a difficult diagnostic question. Is your cat genuinely well-adjusted, or has it simply learned to cope with a home that ignores its basic nature? The majority of perceived behavioral problems are actually the predictable results of environmental and communication failures. Solving these issues requires us to audit our habits against their evolutionary history, shifting our homes to meet their biological requirements rather than expecting them to adapt to ours. True wellness for a domestic cat requires the owner to abandon any attempt to train through dominance or punishment. A healthy relationship begins the moment we stop fighting the animal's underlying biology. Honoring these ancestral boundaries and respecting their need for autonomy is the only way to earn the trust of the indoor predator you live with.